In the following presentation, I will be providing you with information on the ancient Greek myth of Medusa. In addition to the myth, I will present you with a comparative analysis of the myth with the 2010 film Clash the Titans. We'll explore the myth, the film, and the cultural importance of both. Now let's go back to ancient Greece approximately 4,000 years ago and learn about the myth Medusa. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war, and Poseidon, the god of the sea, both yearned a particular area in Greece. Whoever could provide the best gift to man would be granted the city. Poseidon gave man a well. That well was filled with salt water and was undrinkable and harmful to crop and livestock. Athena gifted man with the olive tree. From that tree, man gathered lumber, food, and made olive oil. The city was dedicated in Athena's honor. This city, Athens, was home of Medusa. Unlike her sisters, Thanos and Uriel, Medusa was born mortal. Her sisters were Gorgons, female creatures with venomous snakes as hair and the hybrid body of both a snake and human. Medusa was a beautiful priestess serving Athena. Like all priestesses, Medusa was a virgin. Her beauty attracted men, but she served Athena faithfully. It was said that her hair shone brighter than the sun, her skin as white as snow, her eyes more green than the Aegean Sea, and her lips were as red as the reddest rose. Medusa didn't just attract male suitors. Even gods looked upon her with lustful eyes. Poseidon came to Medusa one day in Athena's temple. He raped her in front of Athena's statue, and Medusa begged Athena for help. Athena was disgusted with Medusa and turned her into a monster, where no man would ever lust for her again. King Acrisius of Argos had a daughter named Danae. Acrisius went to the Delphi oracle and was told that he'd have a grandson that would one day kill him. In response to this, Acrisius locked his daughter in a tower, where no one could enter or leave without his knowing, and her death was almost imminent. Zeus came to Danae as threads of gold and impregnated her. In an attempt to secure his life, Acrisius again attempted to kill his daughter and grandson indirectly by putting them on a boat that would wander the sea. Zeus looked after this boat, Danae and Perseus, until the boat made its way to the island of Seriphos. A fisherman, who was also a brother of the island's king Polydectes, kept Danae and Perseus safe. Perseus grew up to be a fine young man even though he was poor. King Polydectes had his eye on Danae and wanted to marry her, but he believed that with Perseus in the picture it would be very difficult. The king demanded that everybody present him with a gift, and if that gift was not to his liking, they would be exiled from the island. Polydectes did this knowing that Perseus was poor and would not be able to provide him with a suiting gift. Perseus told the king that he'd bring back Medusa's head and set out immediately to do so. Perseus was favored by the gods, and with the help of his father Zeus and the messenger god Hermes, he gathered the weapons to successfully complete this task. What did the Medusa myth mean to the people of ancient Greece? It could have been a story to tell young children to scare them into behaving. It could have been an example of how little beauty actually means, but it also shows that even gods are irrational and short-fused. Athena damns Medusa for being raped by Poseidon, but if it were any other god, would she have reacted the same? I believe she held unfriendly relations with Poseidon from the earlier land dispute. Clearly, Medusa is a victim of her own beauty, punished by an attribute she had no control over, and Perseus is a boy who shows selflessness to save his mother from an unwanted marriage.
The oldest stories ever told are written in the stars. The beast. Medusa was beautiful once. So beautiful as to tempt Poseidon when he came for her. She ran to Athena's temple thinking that the goddess would protect her. She didn't. Poseidon took her on the cold floor. She prayed to Athena for comfort, but the goddess felt nothing but disgust. She made sure no one would ever want Medusa again.
The 2010 film Clash the Titans incorporates two of Perseus' greatest feats, killing Medusa and saving Andromeda. However, the film depicts that the death of Medusa was not to save his mother, but to save Andromeda, which, according to Greek myth timelines, occurred sometime after he had beheaded Medusa. In this film, Io tells the tale of how Medusa became a Gorgon, which nearly seamlessly matches up to the Greek myth. We also see that in the film, Perseus resents his father Zeus. But in mythology, Perseus accepts his father and his aid without hesitation. Still, Perseus, like the myth, shows selflessness to help a woman. Though initially his acts were driven by the death of his adoptive family, he quickly accepts and embraces who he was born to be, a demigod.